Okay, hi, everybody.
Hello.
We're being recorded. And we are going to officially call the order. So we're going to do attendance. Please say here. Tyler Crook, here. Carla Johnson.
Here.
Will Nelson. Here. Capola Napoleon.
Here.
Tracy Dillon.
Here.
Emily Sims.
Here.
Dave Buswell. Not here. Robin Onstock. Not here. Vicky Hernandez.
Here.
Any guests?
Just me and Richie.
Yep, just
Sarah and Richie.
you to the.
It's just Sarah and Richie.
That's all. Okay, so are there any questions or changes to the agenda? We've already got one change to discuss library staffing update. Is there anything else? Okay. So let's approve the meeting notes for last month. Would anyone like to approve it and second it?
I motion
I'll move
to.
approve.
I second it.
Okay, I got Capola first. Will second. You're close, Tracy, but need to be a little faster on the draw.
Yeah. I'll third it.
Yeah, noted. So we can get straight into the reports. Interim Library Director, Carla Johnson.
We had a successful art tour and people is gonna share about it, so I'm not gonna give anything away. Even though I want to. And Sarah's gonna actually take care of my reports tonight since she's here and almost back.
And all my reports are under new business, so.
So that's all I got.
Okay. Library Board member reports.
I'll go.
Okay.
So for our library fundraising committee, we had our first fundraiser since January of 2019. For the art tour, 2020, not 2019. For the art tour sale, we did books and things. We showcased our raffle basket donated by Skybergs, and put together by Isla. It's absolutely beautiful. And we had kind of like a garage sale like thing with nice trinkets for sale. We had a bake sale and our featured artist in the corner. And just to report how successful the art tour sale was, our total sales came to $2,001.80 for the art tour. Yeah. And the success of this sale comes down to a donation from Janet Wood with all the ceramic houses that she donated. And then this would not have been possible and we would not have been successful without Carla and one of our volunteers, Alexandra. They displayed these houses in the library for weeks, started selling them back in September, I believe. So the houses were being sold all up to art tour. And Carla brought in so many other volunteers to help us. I mean, this was, no, I'm sorry, but you deserve so much credit towards this sale because she worked so hard. And you're welcome. And thank you, because I couldn't have done it without you. And Alexandra was like crazy organized and a million lists to keep everyone on the same page of where everything was located. And she was she was super amazing. And like Sarah said, every time she came to the library, Alexandra was here. Yeah, working on the houses.
And she thanked. Like she,
Oh,
for giving her a project. Yeah.
oh, yeah, that's awesome.
Well, do we have another
And-
project for them? We keep her busy.
Library merch, that's my thought, right?
Get her on that.
And so just the sale, the house and figurine sales alone was $933.50 of our sale. So,
Wow.
yeah, it was huge. So thank you to everyone involved. Biggest thanks to Carla.
And Nicola.
I just, delegated most of it
Good job.
and got stuff out, so.
Yeah.
But thank you all, and we're actually going to be kind of on my maternity leave, so we won't meet again until April. But that's the goal, and we have Madeline, who might wanna try to run a plant sale in the spring. But she will be organizing that, and will get back to us with more information if she decides that she has the time to do that. Otherwise, we'll look forward to meeting in April. Thank you.
Thanks, good work. Everybody. So should we put the new library facility under reports now, since it's an official committee, or should we keep it under unfinished business?
It's up to you guys, but unfinished business is an okay location for it. It guarantees a spot on the agenda for the next several years.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. So that's where we're at, the new library facility. Where did you find these?
All right, so, in a closet at City Hall, Public Works, Jeff Brown, knew right where to find them. So he went and dug those out. So there are two, drawing renditions of possible library facilities. The one, on this side here, was done back in 2001. And what this one, this concept was if the building or the old department store were to be replaced with the library facility. The city does own that property. It is just currently not in any usable condition at this point. This one here is from 2008, and it was an opportunity to look at possibly what's the parking lot now was the library building. Many moons ago there was a small brick building there that's no longer there, and there's kind of that driveway that comes out also from Center Market between that parking lot and the yard next door. Some of that easement belongs to the city as well. So the idea was possibly for a one leveled library, that's a lot of L's, to go in that space as well. Where this one was a 2-story building design idea here. So we got these dug out so that it can maybe start some conversations. But I also wanted to share some other information I was able to get my hands on, if it's something that you're interested in hearing now.
Yeah, sure, why not?
So I've made a lot of friends in city manager land. Great friends who are going to help us out in library land when we are ready. Hi, Dave. I see you popped in. So one of those things is my friend Arthur, who works at Business Oregon. I was at a meeting with him last Thursday, and I mentioned that my library board was exploring a new library facility possibly. And Arthur says to me, well, in 2024, come talk to me and we'll see about getting some funding for you. So through Business Oregon, the CDBG grants, Community Development Block Grants, are grants that we're currently utilizing for funds to do our water intake project. Those funds will be freed up again for us by 2024. And for building facilities, there's a 1.5 million CDBG grant available through Business Oregon that we would be able to take advantage of. Obviously, we won't necessarily be ready in 2024. I think that there's a lot of opportunities to talk about in the next couple of years. Really would need to be planning, but if if this is something that the library board wants to dedicate time and energy to, there is funding out there that we can go after, and it would not be 10 years down the road. It's something that could actually quite easily be a reality. So one of the other things I was sharing with Carla earlier is I sent Bridget to an infrastructure conference a couple of weeks ago, and she learned a lot. And due to the condition of the department store building, I am going to get in touch with some friends she made at DEQ to see if maybe there would be additional funding that would help to refurbish that building into something else. So there are
What is DEQ?
Department of Environmental Quality.
Okay.
So there are real options out there for us to explore. So it's just, it would take that time commitment piece and getting the community involvement. And I was telling Carla how I don't want us to be necessarily the drivers. I'd love for the library staff to be more of the support element behind it and help with making talking pieces and meetings and some more of that support structure in place, making those connections. But if this team wants to make it happen, I'm fully in support. One of the things we are running into right now is we're having some technology issues here at the library. And I need to decide whether I am going to go after IT infrastructure now, or if I would like to build it into a grant capacity as part of a new building potentially. So the problem with going after IT is we're facing, we're maxed out for power here in the library. So for example, if I were to add any more pieces of technology to my network room, I have to run another leg off of the closet over here in order to do that. So we're at capacity for power. So if there was ever a time that we wanted to explore it, now is, because we've outgrown the building officially. So like
Don't plug in anything.
our pitches happen. We're at capacity. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys tonight. Give you all something to chew on for the holiday season. Because I'm bringing my energy back. So
Well, Tracy and I we've only met once, and we basically just sort of started to work out a framework. Like we don't have anything really concrete going. But basically we had decided that we would both start just researching other libraries that have been built. Tracy was gonna ask at the university, and I was just gonna research other libraries. And contact them and be like, hey, you did this once. Tell me what to do now. And hope that, you know, we could use some of their expertise. So far, the only other library I've found that has been working on a new library near us is Coos Bay. But it looks like they're working on something much larger. Like they're looking at a $25 million facility with a giant park surrounding it and stuff.
that's a big project.
And then having to do it with city grants and things like, or city bonds. Which is probably something we would try not to as much as possible. Yeah, so I don't know, on our end, there's not a whole lot to report, but everything you said was very exciting.
Amity will be building a new building. They just were awarded that CDBG grant. So they've been in the planning phase for a little while to finally get a new building in Amity. The most recent in CCRLS that was built was Jefferson, and they've got one of those modular buildings, and they, I think, raised most of their dollars with fundraising dollars from their friends of the library. I don't know if there were other grant elements involved in their process or not, but Amity might be a good place to start. I'm not sure Mike's the city manager out there, and we can definitely connect with him at some point, maybe after the first of the year and see what design steps they've completed as part of that, so, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I will look into both of those two things. Or both those libraries. Okay. Yeah,
Could I add something
Mhm.
to your list, so
Yeah.
to speak? I'm gonna research virtual reality training programs primarily,
Oh, interesting.
and primarily written in C#, by the way, and Unity.
Mhm.
I've got a book coming that was in one of the smaller, medium-sized libraries here in the system. And so they talk about doing virtual reality. When you all do the survey, I was just wondering, I hope that you would say this is for the future. Imagine what you would want 5, 8, 10 years from now, and where the world would be at technology wise. And learning capabilities, have them project their consciousness, because if they say, well, I'd like to have this and that, it's all based on what's available now, probably.
Mhm.
That's what you'll primarily get, though I don't really know.
Yeah, no, one of the things that Tracy and I could not figure out was the best way to approach any sort of surveying the community in a way that was kind of useful and it's like an accurate way of surveying people. So we're still putting more thought into that, and we're open to suggestions, I think, for how to approach that.
And certainly possible questions for a questionnaire.
Yeah,
Like what do you envision asking that, will get to the heart of, let's move the library or build a new one. I'm still a little unclear as to what the questionnaire is going to contain, but we'll work that out. And how to get it to people who aren't, choir. Like, is there going to be a mass mailing? There are a lot of logistic things that are interesting to me. But Sarah, Jeepers Creepers, that was really inspiring information you just shared for sure.
Good, that was the
You want to
plan.
be on the committee?
I do, and I would like to attend the next meeting, because I do have some, ideas floating around regarding surveying, and how to reach the community based on just some things I've seen work and not work over the last several months.
fantastic.
So I think that, not as any heavy lifting on my part, but
Yeah.
yes, I will definitely would love to sit at the table with you guys. So now that I'll have a few more hours back to myself again. So,
Is it possible you could let the whole board know when you guys decide to meet so that if we can come and join you and have some input,
Yeah.
we could?
Yeah, I think we can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right. should
yes,
we-
that would be great.
I think that wraps up the new library facility discussion for tonight, anyway. That's very exciting stuff. New business. Library staffing update.
yes.
Sarah.
So before I go into too much, I want to take this opportunity to introduce to you guys your new council liaison, Councilor Hernandez. I'm newly elected to her role. So she will be taking over for elected Mayor Skyberg, who will be stepping back into the mayor hot seat starting in January from her council position. So thank you.
Of course, I'm
And,
excited.
Councilor Hernandez is an involved volunteer already at the library, so this just seems like a perfect fit. And we're looking for more work to give her for the
Absolutely.
library. So. So I do have some library staffing updates that I do want to give really quick. Richie thinks he needs to go back to school and focus on that. And I've granted him that wish, and he'll be transitioning back to a volunteer status as of January 1. And Richie came in and we were still paddling the roller coaster of pandemic. And the roller coaster of hours, and there's never been a dull moment. And he has just handled it, and he brought our teams back into the library, got them engaged, built a club for them. I mean, he came in at the time when the library needed him, and he has more than served his purpose here. And I just want to say thank you, Richie, and I'm so glad that you're still gonna hang around as part of
Of
the
course,
family.
yes. I don't think we can quit the library. if we keep it going. So,
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
along,
Yeah, what are you going to school for?
It's an IT, it's like database, and I'm trying to remember, it's a very long thing, but basically I would be fixing the computers for people at the state. I've
for
got,
the library.
yeah, so one of the things I kind of want to do is go to the state library and be like, listen, we have to fix the survey stuff, because what you're asking rural libraries for is kind of like unrealistic and weird. So that would be really handy to maybe be able to go onto that end and be like, listen, state, I live in a rural area. We can figure this out, where you can get the information from how many people are coming to the library without having to have us do this weird like book survey. Like, do you want a book, kid? There's something in there that you need to bring back to the library. Totally not weird. But yeah, I don't even know where I was going with it.
What you're saying is you've done a lot of surveys in
Yes.
the last several months, because I have not been here to do that myself. That's what I'm
Also giving out books to little kids, which has been awesome. That's been the fun part, getting to talk to them and engage and hear like what inspires them and what they love. So I'll be looking forward to continuing to do it, really.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for everything you've done and everything you're gonna do.
Yes. Thank you. Helping you helping getting a new building, so.
See, now he's gonna work for us for free.
It's all along. It's good me to just do it for free. I don't think like that. All right.
So that does mean that we are shifting some priorities here at the library. I will not be backfilling Richie's position. It takes a unique, dedicated person to do that job, because it's a lot of ask and we don't have a lot to give in return as a city department. So what I was able to do instead, after 4 years, is give Carla more hours. So I will have her finally at 32 hours a week, which will help tremendously, since I will still be playing a big part in city projects and transition and support for that team over the months to come, while we still have large projects on the plate. So congratulations, Richie, and congratulations, Carla. And that's my big staffing update. If you guys have questions, I'm open to answer.
For the teen role with Mac, is she only on until January?
Yeah, so Mac's last day will also be December 31st. So that was a limited duration position. And one of the things I'm talking over with Carla, and I've got some months to still work out things, but it would be really nice to be able to offer a position like that every summer. So maybe if we're not offering somebody 8 hours a week 52 weeks a year, maybe we're able to get a local youth that library working experience like we were able to do with the teens this summer and get them work experience from June to August at 16 hours a week. And really trying to reimagine what I can do with what I have for finances, and the budget, to staff the library more creatively. So yeah, we're looking at some options and, yeah.
Excellent, thank you. The state statistical report.
I don't want
Yes.
to bore you guys all with details, but, I did send it out. Hopefully you guys had a chance to see. Normally, I take time and I do this very pretty consolidated version for you guys of very specific numbers and compare them to the year last year, year before, and I didn't have time. I still don't have time actually to do that. But what is nice about sending you guys this is you get to see all the information that we have to give to the state library so that they can do their reports on all the public libraries in the state of Oregon as well. And by sending it out to you guys in advance, it gives you guys an opportunity to look over it and ask any questions and or tell me what information in here is more relevant for you that you like pulling out of it, such as the net lending information. But this covers everything from staff to financials to how many times things go out. I mean, it's a pretty heavy report, and it takes time to track all of this information because not all of this information is done just at the computer. There's hand tally elements, I guess I call them, to some of this report. And it takes a couple of days to compile everything and put it together. So any questions you guys have for, yeah, well.
Do we have access to the state report for other libraries in our system?
Yep. So the state library publishes the state reports. I don't remember when they're available, but back state reports are available through the state library on their website. And I always enjoy, once the numbers are published, going on and doing a little side-by-side comparison to some of our CCRLS sisters. So, but yep, they are on their website.
Yeah, I'd be interested when they're posted.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah.
Any other questions you guys have about the state report? It was a good year. I mean, really, all in all, given all the unknowns.
Yeah, when I was reading over it, it's a lot to process. It's one of those things I think reading it up through a bunch of times to sort of understand what the heck is going on.
Every year, 6 years running, this report hurts my head.
Yeah.
Every October, I'm like, no, it's state report time.
Well, thank you for doing it.
Yes, and I'm happy to go over any of it with you guys at any point. So if you guys ever have any questions or want to know more about something in the report, let me know and I'm happy to share.
Okay. All right, the next thing on the list is the December meeting recess, which I presume means we're not having a meeting next month.
That is up to you guys. We typically have taken December off, just with all the holiday stuff, and the winter celebration, that the library does. But that is for the library board ultimately to decide, if you guys want to meet in December or not.
Are we doing a winter celebration?
A compressed one again this year, so where it'll be a Tuesday and Wednesday of events, crafting, story times, a Santa Claus. So it'll be pretty low key again this year, just with me not being here. And then I would like to next year explore options for doing our big one again, when we used to do it down at the community campus for those 2 years in a row. So it can be challenging though, because we compete with a lot of other events at that time of year, and it is nice to break it up a little bit, but I know that that's definitely been a staff favorite and community favorite. bringing in the play and all of that fun stuff, so,
Yeah, the 1 year I attended, it was very, very fun.
yes, it was.
So should we have a vote? See if we want to have a December meeting, or if we want to skip it? I think I would need somebody to
I'm, motion.
motion.
I'll motion to take a recess for December library board meeting.
Anyone want to second that?
Second,
Tracy got it.
All right,
I got it. I got it in this time.
okay, so, raise your hand, or I guess, yeah, just raise your hand if you want to skip next month's meeting. Can we raise our hands?
Yeah.
We got 4 yays. I guess I should vote yes, I don't, 5 yays.
Yeah,
And then,
Dave voted yay, too.
I'll say yes.
Dave was a yay.
It's yeah,
Did you get Dave's yay?
5 days, yay. So, yeah, we'll skip December and we'll meet again in January. All right, is there any public input?
You're all doing great.
Thank you, public. Announcements and calendar. So the only, like, we have the stuff you're doing, the winter celebration. What days will that be?
Tuesday and Wednesday, the 20th and 21st.
Yeah.
And not everything's 100% planned yet, but we'll get there. Maybe some community things, if you guys want to know, is on Monday from 4 to 6. The Civic Club is giving away Thanksgiving boxes again down at the West Valley Community Campus.
November, you're thinking?
Yeah, Monday, Monday, November 21st, I think it is what Mondays, is, so right before Thanksgiving. And then, in December, the Saturday before our winter celebration, 19, 18, 17, 16th maybe, is, no, 17th is, the Chamber of Commerce is doing a big, toy giveaway for local kids, at Coyote Joe's. The library will be taking their yearly 1 week fresh reset at the end of December, where we will be closed from the 22nd of December, and we won't be back until whatever that Monday is after the first of the year.
January 2nd.
So back January 2nd. I'm trying to think if there's any other community events or things you guys would want to know about.
The parade.
Oh, the light parade, that first Saturday in December is the light parade. Tree lighting is gonna look a little different this year. We're just gonna put the light on. So there won't be a separate event for the tree lighting because Sheridan's doing their parade tonight. We typically would have done our tree lighting. Too many events to compete with this time of year. It's really challenging. The next city council meeting in December, second Tuesday, you're always welcome to attend. We will be celebrating Mayor Burr's very last city council meeting. Councilor Wooden will be her last city council meeting. Councilor Skyberg will be moving into her mayorship again. It's also her birthday. You didn't hear it from me. We are, between December and January, we are bringing in Councilor Hernandez, Councilor Clem, and Councilor Peterson, our 3 new city councilors.
Your last meeting.
My last meeting as interim city manager as well, so if you come for no other reason, you could come celebrate that with me.
Do this much work.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep the agenda small for that meeting. I haven't had a small agenda since I took this hot seat. Yeah, I think that's everything going on as far as city events. And then if you guys want to know about anything else city, I'm always here for the Q&A.
All right. And I think that does it. Does anyone want to motion to end this?
This meeting.
Release me.
We need a second though.
Oh, no.
No one else wants to end it. We're going on, everybody.
Guys. Easy peasy. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Good night.